What if living with less could actually bring you more freedom, more money, and more joy traveling on the road in your camper van? Let me explain. Less is more in van life. Less clutter, fewer distractions, more freedom. Today in this video, I'm going to cover 3 specific topics that I have learned over my 8 years of doing van life and how it's improved my mood, my pocketbook, and my van life travels. If we're meeting for the first time, hello, my name is Scott Watson. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Go Small, Live Large, all about van life. In fact, the last tip I'm going to give you has saved me $8,000 in 2025. You don't want to miss a single minute of this video. But before we get into decluttering your digital life by deleting YouTube channels, I'm going to simplify your camper van travels by removing some items that are not used when I'm traveling. Or maybe my style of travel has changed and what that means for more important things in the van. But first, let me show you a little bit about decluttering your digital life and what a mind-altering improvement it's been to get rid of the junk that's on our screen. Starting with YouTube channels, as in deleting those. These are all of the subscribed channels I have in my YouTube feed. So some of these I really use a lot, some I don't use very often, and what I've found that many of these channels may have started out on a theme that I enjoyed, but they stopped putting out content, or maybe I'm not interested in that content anymore. While some of these may be friends of mine, they just haven't put out content. So 9 to 5 Mac is all kind of a Mac, iPad, iPhone channel. This guy I love, he's really great. 27 North, we've just did some content with them, so I'm going to keep them because they're kind of interesting. 30 to Wake Up, we know Kevin. We spent many years as van life friends. Still a friend, but he's really changed and he's not really put much content out. He used to do van life, now he does cruise life, and now he's kind of doing overseas life. So I'm actually going to, well, I still love you, Kevin. I'm going to unsubscribe you. Again, just because he's putting out so little content that's relevant to me and my interests. Some of these other folks, I actually learn things from. So this is Adam, and this helps me with my YouTube content. A few others here is like, this is Adventure Van Expo. They keep putting out content, so I want to know about that. This guy is kind of I don't know, how would you describe this? Being authentic, you know, he made some cool videos, but I'm kind of over that. Here's Story Chasing. She's been around longer than I have on YouTube, but what I find her doing is these negative style videos. Worst nightmare, didn't feel safe, crazy. And so it's her, and her whole thing has changed. She's actually changed it. So while we love Amber, I'm going to unsubscribe because the content has changed. Not interested. Here's a Moray van. They run around in their Embassy RV. We've had them on our channel. Great folks. Apple, you're kind of getting the idea. Here's our friends Beyond Intention. They've not posted in quite a while, and while we love them very much, I am going to unsubscribe. If they start posting again, I will resubscribe. Here's Balance of Storage. This is a German-based lithium energy company. Unsubscribe to them. And you can kind of see what's going on here. Here's Chad and Paul. They are our friends, our van life friends. They've not put out anything for 3 years, so I am unsubscribing to them. Charles Liu, he did some interesting videos, but hasn't done anything for a year, so I am unsubscribing to him. And here's Drivin' and Vibin'. I've met them in person several times, but their content has vastly changed, and not interested in what they're currently doing, so I'm unsubscribed here. Eamon and Beck, they are Canadians. They had a really strong van life, and now they've kind of started doing the home life, the family life, and not very interested in that anymore, so I'm unsubscribing. So I can go down the list here. So the point of the exercise is just to review all of your YouTube channels that you maybe once subscribed to. Maybe they're putting out what was cool, and maybe they no longer are of interest to you. Hopefully you're not going to delete Go Small, Live Large. That's my channel, and we're coming back stronger than ever after a 6-month hiatus. So we sure appreciate a thumb up and a subscription. But going through your subscriptions on YouTube really, for me at least, has lightened my mental load on notifications coming from YouTube, and just keeping the content that is relevant in my current phase of life, season of life, chapter of life, because over the years, those things do change. So that's something I would put on your to-do list for this coming week. Next topic I'm going to cover with you is decluttering your camper van. This is so critical, and every van life traveler makes the mistakes I made by putting way too much stuff in for a trip of a few days, a few weeks, or even a few months. In my case, a few years. Up until about a year ago, I was a full-time traveler in this very van. This is a Winnebago 59 GL Travato. I love her name is Miss Lily. I love her. What I'm going to do is I'm going to unpack a lot of stuff in these cabinets below and above the galley here, and we're going to stack up all this stuff and see how much I can get out of this van and still have a very pleasant van travel experience. Minimalism, to me, is not deprivation. It's intention, it's freedom, it's less stress. Let's get started. I like being fancy when I camp, so out goes the camp cookware. Big space improvement already. Down here, do I really need 2 sets of silverware? No, they are going away. Only the basics. Only the basics. If I need something, I can buy something. Even my water situation has been modified. I used to have a 5-gallon tank back here, no more. Now I'm using this as my water system, which is I can put 4 1-gallon jars in here, and that really sets up a lot of free space. I like a big hallway, and then I fill the empty containers when I get to a safe water source, saving me money, not going through a bunch of plastic. Let me show you up here. This is all set pretty good. This is my convection oven. I'm keeping steel or cast iron pots in here, so a space can contain storage space. And that's a trick on your microwave. So big bulky items, chips, bread, things like that can go in here. And how I'm handling clothing is this way. So while I have some items I'm going to keep in the van, when I'm packing for a trip, I use my duffel bag. I pack what I plan to wear, and then I put the duffel bag in here, and that's what goes with me for the trip of a few days or a few weeks. Backpack, everything I need to be at the beach, in the mountains, at a coffee shop goes in here. I've removed a lot of this clutter here. I'm really liking this open feeling. And if we look into the restroom, love my restroom. Again, simplification. Removing this thing back here so I can get to the storage. Super smart. Thank you, Roger, for that. And then here, this is my dope bag. This is my toiletries. This is everything I need. This is medicines. And everything I need in a moment's notice is this bag. I can pull it out, take it to where I need to go to use it. So again, simplification, bags inside of bags. Even up here are things that need to go away. Again, clutter up here drives me crazy. I've learned this, again, from Roger and Jane. Thank you so much. So this is being repurposed. That goes away. I love this little guy. Got him in New Mexico. But with the cats in here, they just can't figure out the stuff yet. So I will repurpose these in other places. And even this, which is a big clutter point, is now being repurposed and put in the house. How we doing so far? Again, looking at this cabinet, I have a lot more space now. that's open and accessible and usable, or it's just empty space. Not everything needs to have something in it. Let me give you another example. In my van, I have underbed storage. This is a Murphy bed. This lays down like this onto this rail, and this becomes a 4x6 bed. But underneath, there's a huge amount of storage. So what I used to do is have a bunch of groceries in here that I would never use, canned goods, what have you, and it would sit in the van and do absolutely nothing. So what I've done is I've repurposed all this space. It's empty, which is okay. This used to have a bunch of stuff in it. This is the actual wheel well. You can see not well insulated. This too used to be full of stuff. Whoops. Up here, this used to be full of stuff that I didn't use. In fact, this is a towel. I'm a solo traveler. Do I really need 2 towels? No. Just use the one that's in the bathroom, so out it goes. Don't need that. This bin is for kind of like office supplies and things I might make videos with. This is my kit for kind of a tool kit, fix-it kit. And down here, this used to be packed with stuff. And now all I have is a 12-ton jack, and you can't really see them right there because it's, let's see if I can turn the light on. Well, I can tire, go treads, which will give me some traction in case I get stuck. So all this open space, can't tell you how nice that is to be available and decluttering the van. Looks better already, right? So I used to have a 60-day rule if I hadn't used something in the van, unless it was seasonal. For 60 days, I would throw it away, donate it. I've actually cut that in half. I now have a 30-day rule. If I haven't used it in 30 days on a trip, I probably don't need it. I can unpack it, maybe put it in the house. This allows me to find things cool on the trip, put them in the van, and then move them someplace else in the house when I return. So 30-day rule. If you haven't used it, touched it, it probably needs to go. The third topic I want to cover with you is canceling subscriptions you're paying for. I cannot believe how much money I was spending on subscriptions that I was not using. Maybe I did at one point. And so what I did is at the beginning of the spring, I went through the previous 6 months of credit card statements, because most of my stuff is done over credit card for points, discounts, things like that. And rebate money, thank you Citibank, Costco credit card. So I went back through 6 months of credit card statements, and I highlighted every subscription that was being charged monthly to my credit card. I was stunned. A few examples. I canceled LinkedIn. I haven't used LinkedIn since September 2021 when I left corporate America. I was spending $70, $70.00 per month to have a LinkedIn account that wasn't the basic free thing. Never used it. Do the math. $70 per month times 12 months. That was a big chunk. The next thing I canceled was, as a big example, Amazon Prime. Why? It was, I think, $15 a month. Doesn't sound like a lot, and yes, you get free shipping, but I'm at home base, so I don't need the overnight service necessarily. And my partner Kyle does have an Amazon Prime account that he uses pretty readily for the Airbnb business that he runs. So if I need something really fast that only Amazon can supply, I have him buy it for me, saving me even more money. Here's an example of Vimeo, kind of a competitor to YouTube. I did not even know I had a Vimeo account. $400 per year. Canceled that subscription. That felt good. My advice is, look at your credit card statements and cancel the subscriptions that you're not using, no longer bring value. Maybe the prices have gone way up. Turn off auto renewal. For a lot of these, it's really hard to do. Canceling sometimes is even harder, but spend a day and go through that, and maybe, like me, you will save thousands of dollars per year. Minimalization, decluttering your YouTube channels, decluttering your van, and canceling subscriptions to save money. The philosophy, oftentimes less means more. Minimalism is not deprivation, it's intention. My recommendations are: delete unused YouTube channels and turn off notifications except for those you really want. Number 2, declutter your van. That might even apply to your house. What does your garage and basement look like? Just saying. And to save some money that you're just literally throwing out, throwing out the window, cancel subscriptions, paid subscriptions that you're currently not using. Let's see how much you save. Can you beat my $8,000 dollar savings in 2025? Let's find out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack all this up, and this is going out of the van into the house. Thank you again for watching. Really do appreciate this. Again, my name is Scott Watson. YouTube channel, VanLife, Go Small, Live Large. Please visit my website, GoSmallLiveLarge.com. We've got a lot of events, in-person events, streaming events, even campouts, meetups, all kinds of cool things. You don't want to miss a single thing. And if you want to support our efforts beyond just watching and subscribing, consider being a Patreon member. I call them Go Small, Live Large patrons. We have $0 and we have $10 per month. That is a value I try and deliver every month for those $10. So you can get a peek behind the scenes, you get some special invites, things like that. Until we see you soon, I like to say journey on and peace be with you. Let's get packing.
Why did I stay? I should be leaving. Hear what I say without even speaking. My compass is off. Why did I choose you? I'm just too lost. I need to cut loose. I keep it in my head. I keep it locked away. My friends think that this is over. Guess it's the price I pay. Played with the enemy. Now I got you on my shoulders. Let go and let me love. Let me let go and let me love. Let me let go and let me love. Let me let go and let me love again. Let go and let me love. Let me let go and let me love. Let me let go and let me love again. Let me love again.